Hello, everybody. I'm very excited to be doing these series of interviews, which is Rangmunch 2.0.
Okay, you just disappeared. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
What's up?
Yeah, so I've started recording just to see how it
Yes.
works because this is the first time I'm doing something online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I wasn't doing anything for the last 6 years, as in we were running a studio and I was doing other things here.
Hmm.
So I don't know, I think it's the quarantine or something.
That's
I just
good. A
decided I should like
positive
just get,
shift.
yeah, because I've been waiting forever to like resume this thing, and then I was like, no, 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 I'm going to like just start now. But it's actually quite exciting to be, learning all these things. Yeah, because back in the day when we started, we were like obviously fat. Hello, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
So should we start?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's jump right in.
Okay. Yeah. So all the shows have been put on hold, and there's
Yeah.
no shooting going on. So, what is that one thing that I think an actor would miss the most about being on a set?
Um, okay. So I don't know about other actors, but I'll tell you my perspective on this. Okay. The thing is
Okay.
about acting. If you really love acting,
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think you need a setup, a camera, or even an
Right.
audience if you really just enjoy the craft, right? So, like,
Right.
I'm not missing that aspect of a set, but what I'm missing
Yeah.
is the vibe, that one sense of unity of,
Right.
this whole team is together to create this one product. So, I'm
Right.
somewhere missing that. But to be
Okay.
honest, a lot of times, we spend our lives not shooting also. So, you have
Correct.
a project, then you're not working, then you have a project, you're not working. So, this just feels like one of those phases where I'm not working. So, it doesn't feel
Right.
like, oh my God, I'm missing something major. It just feels like,
Huh.
acha, that phase when I'm not working, and then when I start working again, that phase will come back. So, actors are pretty used to this,
Right.
having a job and then not having a job and then having a job again. So, this up and down goes on in our life regularly.
Yeah, but I have been like closely following you on your social media. So there's not really been a time when you've not really not done anything because you keep posting
Yeah,
fitness videos and then you
yeah, yeah.
vlog and
Yeah.
then you do dance videos. So which part of this, activity do you connect the most with?
I,
Actor, dancer, vlogger?
I love acting. I love it when other people are doing the heavy lifting for me in terms of the edits, of the dialogues, and
Right,
it's lesser work and I can just enjoy my craft. But when it comes
right,
to making a video, you have to learn everything from scratch. So you have
correct,
to conceptualize it, you have to shoot it, you have to make sure there's lighting, you have to edit it, you have to upload it. So it's like a one-man show, which is
correct.
quite tough. I'll be more than
Yeah,
happy to
so,
outsource that to somebody else. Like I'll just be the talent. Let me just come and do my bit and go. And I'll be
right,
more than happy if other people do it. But at the same time, when you are handling every aspect, you're entirely in control. So that sense
correct.
of this product is just mine is also, a great, it's an amazing feeling. So I enjoy that, but like especially like when I'm not shooting, I would do that more often. But if I'm on a set, then I'm more than happy. I'm a little lazy that way. I will not make a lot of videos. I will only focus on my shoot.
Right. So, were you a director's actor kind of a person, or like did you like to put in, a little of Rupal into like whatever you did?
Okay, so that always depends on the director. So if like
Okay.
initially when I started, say for example, a show like Sapne Suhane, the initial bit
Right.
till I got the hang of the character, until we had one director, I would listen to him.
Right.
Whatever he asked me to do,
Right.
I would just follow him blindly. But on a daily soap, you know what happens, right? A lot of times directors keep changing. There are different directors
Correct.
coming in. So now you have a better understanding after
Yeah.
3 years of playing the same character. Now you somewhere feel like my perspective is stronger as opposed to yours because you've just come on to this, and they are okay with that also. A lot of directors, when they're new on the set,
Right.
they let you be,
Yeah.
because they know that 3 years this
Right.
girl has been playing this character. It's probably like gone within to each and every cell right now of her body. So then after a point, I think you sort of take over in daily soaps. But if it comes to like ads or a music video, or something like that, I will totally listen to the director, because they are the captain of the ship. Eventually they know how it's going to be edited, how it's going to come out.
Right.
So I leave it to them.
Right. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was content, which is something that you vocalized. There was
Yes.
this post you had made. And I mean, it's not very often that somebody actually comes out and speaks about it. I remember even Karan Wahi had put a post a while ago,
Hmm.
and then there was your post. Do you feel coming out and vocalizing yourself sort of hampers your chances as an actor? Does it jeopardize it
I
in any way?
was afraid. I was skeptical when I did put it up, because you may never know what offends somebody. But I realized I'd reached a
Yeah.
point where I just had to say it. So talking
Right.
about it became important because it almost felt like I wasn't doing anything. See, practically speaking, we can't do much. We can't just force the industry to
Right.
change overnight. So this is just a beginning. So I was like, you're not even taking that first step of vocalizing what you feel within. So I had to put it up and I was
Correct.
afraid. But thankfully, what's funny is that everybody in the industry agreed with me. Everybody. From creative heads to producers to directors, everybody agreed with me. And they were also trying to blame something else. So I'm like, so who's going to change? If you agree with me, if I
Who's
agree with you as an actor, is it the audience that now we're going to blame that, you're making us make such shows? So someone has to actually start actually putting those things that we're saying into action. Otherwise, we're
yeah,
just
but
talking.
right, because again, it's the same audience who's sort of receiving all kinds of content on the OTT platforms.
Correct.
Because yeah, so it becomes, I don't know, a lot of times we end up having discussions with our friends about this. We are like, okay, this audience likes that, audience likes that, but
Yeah.
some on OTT the same enjoy at the same time on television. Is it that there is a fixed notion for each medium that maybe the audience also has in their head? Do you think that could be a reason that when you sort of
Maybe. Also, I think now television is targeting more on people who are not really watching OTT stuff. So that's why it's
right,
targeting, say, women in the tier two, tier three cities who are maybe not,
right,
phone owners, or maybe they have a phone also, but they're not really scrolling and choosing their platform, their content. What they're doing is
right,
they're just switching on something on television and letting it play, because all the
right,
men have got their mobile phones now, even in smaller towns, and they're watching the stuff
right,
that they want to watch. So I think
correct,
that the or target audience has sort of become different. And there are still a lot of people, like, say, for example, even in a city like Bangalore, my mom doesn't have the time to sit and choose her shows which she's going to watch. Only in the evenings, we have the Amazon Fire
right,
Stick. So only
right,
then, once in a day, she will choose what to watch. But 24 hours, there's something playing on television. So that is, say, a show like Tarak Mehta. So it's,
uh,
it's an easy show. It's a light show. So she's playing that, and that just plays the whole day on loop. So I think television's target audience has now become people like that, or even my, say, grandma,
right,
my, she's no more now, but when she was
oh,
alive, this was like her favorite thing to do. Just whatever was on television, she was following it religiously,
hmm,
back to back. So she did not understand how I should go choose what content I want to watch, nothing. So I think now, say, a smart producer like Ekta Kapoor will understand this, that okay, now I know that my target audience has become just this particular age group, this particular, section. So now, according to their mentality, they will make stuff, and then people like you and I will sit and be like, "Kya bana rahe?" We don't get it.
correct,
So, like, I
correct,
would watch the supernatural stuff and be like, "What is this?" Till I actually got into a conversation with some women who were
right.
thoroughly enjoying that.
I
So I was like,
know, I know.
"Okay, this is also,
And
a reality."
you do know these shows get dubbed regionally, right? And they
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah,
a huge viewership.
yeah,
And
yeah.
women. I mean, I was quite surprised that the lady who comes to cook at home, she's cooking, and there's this thing playing on her phone. And I
Hmm.
said, first of all, where did you get this phone from? The screen was so huge. She said,
Wow,
I've taken an EMI. And
wow.
yeah, so she's bought this Samsung phone,
Hmm.
and there are TV shows going on in the backdrop,
Ah,
and she's cooking.
see,
And so it was quite interesting in that sense. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
so, are you in touch with your SSLK fans and fans
Yes,
from
yes.
the? Yeah,
Fans,
you are
co-stars, everybody. I'm in touch with everybody. Not regularly. We're
right.
not best friends. We don't like talk every day. But on and off,
Right.
we have our conversations on Instagram. We keep in touch on, who's doing what, who's posting
Right.
what. So yeah, we kept in touch. Initially, it didn't seem that way when the show was going on. We thought we will all just drift apart, but hasn't been so. We've been in
Do
touch.
you feel now that I mean, there are all these social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram and everything.
Hmm.
There's really no need for somebody to like actually keep in touch. You still feel like there's something happening
Yes.
in somebody's life, but somewhere the personal connect sort of gets lost. Does that ever like bother you?
Not at all, yeah. I mean, I feel like technology is the way you look at it. You can use it in a bad way, you can use it in a good way. Sometimes, earlier, like say our parents' generation and all, they would have a huge problem with a lot of people interfering in their lives because they were constantly calling, constantly asking what's going on, where are you, what are you doing. So that generation sort of wanted that freedom, that space,
Right.
that, let me be, like, let me live my life. And,
Mhm.
so we moved on from, say, joint families to nuclear families for the same reason because we were like, too much interference and all of
Correct.
that. Now with
Yeah.
social media, I feel like I look at it this way that it's created a balance. Say I want to know what's going on in a
Right.
friend's life, not necessarily call this person and ask her every day, hey, how are you doing? Sometimes even you don't have anything to say. Quite honestly, I'm not one of
Correct.
those people who likes
Yeah.
to keep in touch very regularly and be like, kya kar rahe ho? What are you doing? What did you eat? That's not me. But I would like to make sure
Right.
everyone's doing okay. So, it's for me, it becomes okay because I would just check if I haven't seen someone's posted a long time, then I would call them, ask what happened, how come you haven't
Right.
updated anything, what's going on in your life. Otherwise, most people have become so open, they're constantly updating things.
Right.
So you get an idea of anyway that, okay, they're fine, they're doing well.
Also, your fans can now directly connect with you because
Yes.
earlier, I mean, we used to feel so great about ourselves that, we are the bridge between, the fans and the actors, and we're able to,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
create that sort of a platform. But now
Hmm.
I think fans can directly interact with you. And have you ever felt that it's too much of intrusion into your personal space? Has that ever happened?
Mm. See, when you get trolled, it feels bad, when you get trolled for
Yeah,
something. And luckily, I'm one of those people who isn't often trolled. So I don't know, like
right.
maybe because my show is not active right now, that could be one reason. I don't know what it is. But as long as people are writing good stuff, people think it's all great. Yay, fans are commenting, oh, I love you, and all of that. So it seems great. But again, social media is a tool which is in your hands. Like, for example, if you don't want to
Correct.
look at their comments, you can just completely ignore them if you wish to, or you
Correct.
cannot log
But
in
is it
for like
easy
a
to
week.
ignore them? Right.
I believe anything is easy or difficult as easy or difficult you make it. So I used to always
Right.
outsource, all situations to what was happening. Now, once I've internalized that with my,
Mm.
spirituality or whatever reason it is, I've realized that
Right.
everything is in my control. So if something is bothering me, I can just block this person out, or I can just not read their comments. But the
Right.
choice is mine. I'm not compulsive anymore. So that gives me that sense of freedom. Plus, we have the option now on, say, Instagram and things like that, where you can just switch off their comments here, which a lot of actors
Correct.
have done now with the negativity
Yeah,
that people
yeah,
are
yeah.
throwing at them.
I know, I
So,
know.
I understand that. And like Facebook started bothering me a lot now in this lockdown situation.
Right.
Everybody was fighting
Right.
with everybody. So I
Correct.
decided to be a very selfish user. I would go update and leave. I wouldn't even check what other people are saying.
Yeah, so
So
it comes with its set of conveniences as well.
correct. It's your choice. It's eventually in your control. That phone is in your hand. Nobody takes your finger and forces you to go and, read. So if you have that much control over your mind, you can easily navigate.
Does it ever occur to you that if people forget me, if I'm not seen on screen for too long,
Hmm.
like I might totally go out of their minds, and that might bring down my popularity? No,
I have
nice.
this take on fame, okay? Like, what is fame? That people have given fame this, they've put it on a pedestal, okay? That's being famous is like this great big thing.
Right,
What is it? When you're famous, say the whole
right,
world knows you, 7 billion people know you. How is it benefiting you?
right.
They know you, right? You may get a few freebies here and there,
Correct.
people may treat you nicely here and there, but that's about it. So, like if you do
Right.
something wrong, those same 7 billion people are going to attack you also. So I've been on both sides,
Right.
when I was extremely famous and loved, when I had a little controversy also, which was also like, splashed across all newspapers. So, whatever controversy, it was personal. It was my breakup, which was like written everywhere. So I've seen both sides of
Right.
fame. So, it doesn't excite me anymore. Like this whole idea of being popular and being loved, that desire is really stupid because you're outsourcing again. So you're outsourcing your sense of importance to others. So once you do that, you're doomed
Right.
eventually. How long can you just keep making them love you? Even say Salman Khan today is getting trolled. So there is no
Correct.
end to this. Like this can go on till I'm alive. So why run behind it?
Oh,
Like, it doesn't matter. I went to Bombay to become an
nice,
actor.
because you answered my next question also.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Because I was going to ask you, professionally and personally, what has been the takeaway?
Ah,
The whole
okay.
acting experience. Yeah.
See, in a way, I feel like
So you sort of answered
I'm
it.
an actor. Yeah, I'm an actor. I went to Bombay to act. I could act at home also. I love doing that. Now we have an option. We have a platform. We have social media.
Correct.
If I really have this acting kida
Correct.
per se, I can fulfill that wherever. But when you're in a city like Bombay,
Right.
there's a big team that comes together, so the scale becomes larger. So that, of course,
Right.
I enjoyed, and you have to enjoy that on a regular basis. Like once you stop enjoying that today and you just like say doing it for fame, that is the end result. But if you're hating the
Right.
process, you're basically wasting your life for the end result, which may or may not come. Correct? So your today is ruined if you're not enjoying that. But if you're
Right.
enjoying this
Right.
process, then whatever happens doesn't matter. So even if it fails or
Yeah.
succeeds or you become popular or whatever, who cares? I enjoyed the journey, you know.
Wow, yeah, you're like so sane and sorted. That's
I've
so
become like
like
this now.
endearing.
No, I've
Oh,
become like
so
this
like
now
you were
after like
different
a
before.
I was very ambitious. I was outsourcing everything. It was for me, it was, I want this, then I want that goal, then I want this goal. And so I was like, it only stopped once I actually thought I became something in my head. Like when my show, I'd done 10 shows, they were all flops back to back. And
Right.
then I did one
Right.
show which finally became hit. And then I asked myself this question, okay, this is what I was struggling to get to. I got here, now what? That one
Right.
question changed my
Now
whole
what?
perspective. Yeah, my whole perspective changed. That
Right.
yahi to karne aayi thi. Now I've done this. Now what?
Right. So, I mean, I was having this conversation with my mother the other day, and like she was obviously talking about why actors get so depressed and things like that.
Mm.
And then I said, sometimes in life you probably reach a point where you're like, okay, I thought I'll reach here, I reached here, now what?
Yeah,
That itself can be a very lonely feeling.
yeah, yeah,
And of course you have talked about it at length elsewhere,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't want to like go back there, but
Mm.
I'll ask you one last question.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Has has the quarantine changed your perspective as a person and as an actor and as a person who's tried various things, like
Mm.
yeah, what has it changed your life in any way? Has it changed it for better, or has it made you duller? What is
No,
it?
I feel like the quarantine has taught me that I can literally live with. I knew this in my head that I can live with the bare minimum things and be okay. I knew that
Right.
theoretically. Now I know it experientially. I've actually experienced living in Bangalore with literally nothing. I'd just come here for like 4 days before the lockdown was announced. It was my parents' anniversary, so I was here, and I came with like four shirts and 2 3
Oh,
shorts, and
oh,
because our plan was to only stay at home, no
right.
makeup, nothing. I just came home, yeah. And everything in Bombay is also like kept outside. My laptop's on my bed and things are just like, lying everywhere, like in a drawer. But
Oh,
Mumbai
right,
gets really
right,
humid.
right, right.
So I realized in these 3 months that I've been here that I can actually survive very peacefully, very happily with the bare minimum, like the basics, like just food and some good content to watch, which has now become a necessity. And I'm
Right.
chill. I can actually
What?
be okay with it. I haven't even stepped out,
What?
even though people in Bangalore are going out. I don't feel like, I'm like, why should I go?
Right. I mean, normally when you would like go back home, there would be like certain places you would like to go to, do certain things for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
like on a normal day, if you were to go back to Bangalore, I studied in Bangalore too, so I'll
Okay.
probably know some of the places.
Huh.
What would be the places you would like? like to frequent?
I actually would, when I came, the first thing I told my dad is the minute this thing gets done, I want an ice cream from Corner House. So that was like my to-do list thing.
Right.
And I remember when the shops opened up for takeaways and stuff, and one day my dad actually got me a Corner House ice cream, and I ate it, and I was like, I
Which
want
one? Which one?
oh, the hot
Which
chocolate
one?
fudge, the junior.
Oh, okay.
That is like their
Right.
classic, which I love. So
Right.
Corner House is like my favorite place in Bangalore. Then I would love to go to my best friend's home where we would sit. She
Right.
has a studio. She's a designer. We used to sit there and chit
Right.
chat. So I wasn't able
Okay.
to do that for a long time also. So that was a little weird. I used to tell her that we're so close to each other, but we can't meet. But
Oh,
60 days later, I went to a house and we still kept that distance. Her studio is huge,
oh God.
so I didn't even hug
Yeah.
her, which was so crazy. But walked into a studio. I sat far away. She sat far away, and then I got back into my car and came home. That was a little weird, but we were okay. We were happy to just be able to see each other.
Yeah. Sometimes just the feeling that someone's around, I think, is more than
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you
It
so
was
much.
really
Yeah,
fun.
I know. I had such a gala time talking to you.